Good morning, everyone. So, we are gonna start in a different way today. We're gonna start standing up first and taking the time to acknowledge how can I connect through the bridge of my breath and my awareness. How can I connect to my body? Because I am my body. And we might all have different perceptions, different awareness, different visualisation. If I'm an artist, if I'm a doctor, if I'm a more scientifical person, there might be some difference on how I perceive my body. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. That's what creates beauty in this world, is that we are different. And we have different tools to grow and to refine ourselves. But in this class, I will share with you one direction of connecting to your inner self. So I'm standing here, my feet are a little bit apart, like my hips, hip width apart. I'm strongly connected to the earth, trying to lengthen my whole body as much as I can. What's amazing here is that I did create a habit of coming here in the morning. So this space is becoming my space, my morning space. So before connecting to your body, you do want to create a space where you're able to travel inward. So once this is done, what I'm connecting to here is my roots, my connection to the earth, and my crown, the connection to the infinite sky. And in between, there's a whole life, there's a whole world. A little bit like the space between the day that I was born and the day that I will be gone. A whole beautiful world, a whole story of your own personal path. My body is that, an infinite space where there's emotions, there's life, there's laughter, there's tears, there's sadness, there's joy. But mainly, there is the space to grow. So from the crown of my head, there's a few spaces that are important. Of course, my mind, my throat, my heart, my belly, my hips, strong hips, my legs, which are my roots, and my arms, which is the extension of my heart, all the way to my fingertips. All this is supported by the front of the body, receiving the back of my body, which is kind of a stability, a foundation. Don't forget the sides of your body. So we are gonna talk a little bit about emotions and letting go of our emotions that might be built up. So it would be good here to see or to feel, where do you feel inside of you that there might be something that is stuck or that is more constricted. Okay, sometimes it's our head is full, our thoughts, and I cannot release it. Sometimes it's my throat. In French we say la boule à la gorge. The expression is stuck. Sometimes it's around my heart. All my emotions, sadness in my heart. Sometimes it's my belly, gut problem, digestion problem. And if you see there's kind of a direction I receive, and I decide where it might be stuck. But I decide where I can open my channels and let it all be free. And if not, it continues into the whole pelvic area. So that's why yoga helps a lot. Because your practice of yoga is going to help you release your hips, release your belly, and your heart, and that throat, and your mind. And for this, we have to use our whole body. We have to know that every pose is here as a healing, and there is no end to that healing. And it's not really possible for me to always be open and happy. So the acknowledgement that my body is here to receive both sides. I don't like to say the positive and the negative, but there is a side of openness and constriction that we have to embrace and that we have to learn to let go. So this is what we'll be working on. And again, I don't want to do a long practice. I already spoke for a long time, I'm sure. But let's try to see if we can do this in half an hour. We'll see. Let's inhale, reaching up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Chin in. My favorite part, open your eyes to the light surrounding you. And then inhale, looking up. And exhale a good release. We're going to sit. Dangerous to sit because we're already up, but we shall do it. So I'm going to take a block and a blanket to sit, to be a little bit higher than usual. Okay? So sit comfortably. There's a lot of in yoga. That sensation of sitting down comfortably. So you want to find that comfort. I have one foot in front of the other one. And again, the same way that I find that comfort standing up, I need to find that comfort sitting down. So really here, you see my knee is not connected to the earth. I could have a blanket, I could have a pillow that happens to be here, and have something under like this. I can feel that I can release completely. From here, we're going to go in two directions. Open hands, I'm going to inhale, and closed hands, I'm going to exhale. And just to have a direction of everything should happen inside my body, I'm going to connect my thumb and my index together, une boucle. And just to remind me that everything is kind of, not limited, but my words, kind of just inside of me, like a beautiful circle of energy. All right? So it's going to be inhale with your palms up and exhale with your palms down. So we'll do this a few times. Inhale softly. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Continue following your own rhythm. And here just be aware of that breath. The inhale lifting you up, the openness of your palms. And the exhale bringing you closer to yourself. And the palms facing your legs. Inhale, openness. There's no limits to what I can take in. And exhale with a lot of gentleness, and bring that energy within you. Just a few more times. And maybe you will have that sensation of full openness and no limits around you. And maybe you'll feel that there's more limits within yourself when you exhale, because we are a body, a finite body. But at the same time, you can embrace the openness of the space around you, bring it towards you. And maybe visualize your body as an endless well of diamonds, of wealth and health. One more time, inhale and exhale. You can open your eyes if they were closed. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, hands to your heart. And now we're going to go to the pelvic floor. So yes, us women know all about the suck it up. So yes, we need to create that support, okay? There's more awareness of the support of my legs, but what about the support of all my inner organ, okay? We want to learn not to be like just letting everything go. No, there's like a nice support, and when there's a support, then you can embrace your whole inner body. So in that exercise, yes, it is like a Kegel exercise where we kind of block or we kind of lift up, but I like to have that lift up. Imagine your pelvic floor like a parachute, and you're kind of lifting up that parachute. And then when you exhale, slowly release. So we're going to do this a few times. When you inhale, there's a lift. And when you exhale, there's a release. So it's a very subtle breath here. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, down. And I don't want us to have a blocked energy, because we could block it. Just a lift. Inhale and exhale. Let's do it another 5 times. Lifting the energy up. And you might feel les organes being supported. You might feel that lift all the way to your navel. And then exhale, release. I'm going at my own rhythm. Respect your rhythm. Inhale. Carry that lift as high as you can. And then exhale, just release everything. Inhale. And exhale. This is to show you how every part of your body is connected to your breath. One more time. Lifting up. Exhale. Gently releasing. Hands to the sky, and then hands to your heart. Alrighty. Belly breath. So that space right under your navel, you can feel it with your hands. What we're going to do here, we're going to kind of awaken that space. I think that it is a space that, because of what we eat, because of what we feel, can often be tired and sleepy. No problem, we're going to wake up that space. So it's really right under your navel, in your lower belly, and we're going to use our fingertips and kind of wake up that space. Up, down. And this is really something that we should do into every part of our bodies, but we're going to maintain the energy here. And I'm going to add a breath here. It's going to sound like this. Inhale. And then, and then inhale. So when I do that, I'm going to feel like my navel pumping in. So let's do this a few times. Inhale. Let's do this 5 more times. And if your arms are tired, join the club. What we can do is we can inhale, release the energy to the sky, and go ahead and continue. Inhale. I think one more time is enough, unless you could have done it more times than me if your inhale and exhale are shorter. Inhale to the sky, to the universe. We're not done into that area, but I want you to take a moment just to feel maybe the fire, maybe the awakening sensation. Now, you see that pumping that we felt with the navel in? We're going to do it a few times here. So we're going to inhale. But we're going to do this a few times. So I'm going to take a long inhale. Okay, but this was just to demonstrate. When I do the whoo sound, I'm pumping my belly in. So let's try to do it a few times. Inhale up and exhale. I think one more time. Now I feel the awakening into the front of my body and into my lower back. And this is what I want, this whole area. Remember, the front, the back, and the sides. Inhale and exhale. Awaken. I'm taking a moment here just to feel my hips, my belly, my lower back. Up to the sky and release, and let's stand up. I'm actually going to use this, God willing, if I don't change my mind. You're going to come, inhale, reaching up, and exhale. I want to do a forward bend, but I'm going to come already onto the front of my mat. And this is what I'm going to use. So I know, very practical actually, but any thin pillow or blanket can do the trick. So a moment just to feel the effect of the practice we already had, coming back to my mountain pose, coming back to the perception of my inner body, the awareness of the breath, of the space, and the beauty of my body as a whole. The hand doesn't have the same purpose of the shoulder, but we are all in it together. Let's inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bending my knees into my first forward bend. And this is where I'm going to use my little pillow. It's a choice, of course. But I'm going to put it here onto my upper thighs, and I'm going to kind of lift up my whole upper body from my belly to press. And it is the morning. It is the first forward bend. So I'm going very smoothly. My knees are bent. There is this action of my sitting bones reaching up towards the sky. Crown of the head down. So it's an interesting sensation here because my crown of the head reaching down, it's like connecting to my roots. So everything is connecting to the earth right now, except schlock to the sky. And we're gonna add some belly breath because I have the pillow. Often in my classes, you're gonna hear me say that I want you to connect your ribs to your thighs and embrace the breath between. So now the pillow is helping me to push
into my thighs with a little bit more awareness. So when we inhale, we're kind of pressing into the pillow. And when we exhale, my navel is coming back in towards my spine. Just a few times here. And then gently, you can release the pillow. Hands onto your shins, inspire. Exhale, reaching down. And I feel strong in my belly, I feel awakened. So I'm gonna come up with a long back, engaging my core. Exhale, hands to your heart. I'm just gonna prepare my blanket right away from my knees. Up. And come back to the front. Inhale. Exhale down. The blocks are here. Inhale, lift yourself up. Exhale, bring the right foot back and the right knee down. Coming into your first low lunge. That melting of your hips. So remember the pelvic floor breath. Here, there's a tendency of letting everything down. So you want to keep that pelvic floor active. Okay? Again, it's all about your fondation, your support. And from here, let's inhale, reaching up. Exhale. I'm going to use the blocks here to kind of round my back and then open my heart. Exhale, rounding as much as I can. And inhale. If you don't have the blocks, you can use your thigh. Rounding. And then open heart, melting hips. Rounding. And then down. From here, inhale, reaching up. Remember, from your heart all the way to your fingertips. And push into the earth, into your blocks. Lengthen your leg. Take a moment here, activating your legs, activating your connection to the earth. And we're going to pivot the back foot right away. And from here, lift up the energy of your heart, of your belly, all the way to the sky. Breathe. So remember when I told you that your back is your support. So think about that support, and from there, lifting, opening, shining. And let's release, and we'll do the other side. Bring everything up in front. Inhale, lift yourself up. Exhale down. We're going to stay here just a moment. Openness of my heart, of my shoulders. You can do this with your knees bent, no problem. Breathe. And coming back to the other side. Left knee down, adjust yourself to have space for your hips to melt. Inhale, reaching up. Breathe into that space. And then same thing. You're gonna round your back and then inhale. So this is just to give you an awareness of your heart and the whole area around your heart. Rounding. Inhale, open. When you exhale, there's still awareness of your heart into the back of your body. So you can maybe bring that perception of your heart shining towards the front and towards the back. When someone puts his hand right in between your shoulder blades, right behind your heart, there is this sensation of love. One more time, round. And then inhale, open heart again, from your heart all the way to your fingertips. Breathe into that space. And release. Let's push, lengthening, strong legs here. Giving a direction from my heel to the crown of my head. Let's pivot the back foot. And then from here, I'm gathering the energy down to lift it up. All about openness. The whole front of my body is all about spreading light and creating space for the light to enter. Breathe, strong legs. And then let's release and bring everything up in front. Inspire. Exhale, diving down and coming up with a strong core. Up to the sky and to your heart. And actually, I thought I was going to use the blanket a little bit more, but I changed my mind. It's a little bee that came into my ear. We're all good. All right. So from here, we're going to bring back one hand on our belly. Remember, our belly is all awake right now, okay? We're going to inhale. And with a very strong lower body, I am not moving my hips. I'm going to create space into the whole left side of my body. But I want to be aware, again, of my belly. Remember, when I place my hand, it's full of love. And then gently inhale and going to the other side. So now you decide how long you want to stay on this side. And then up, inhale. So those are all movement of awakening, of being aware of our breath. So it is a beautiful practice to do in the morning. Even if I feel that you can practice whenever you want, whenever you feel that you have the time. Just a few more times. Inhale. One more time on this side. And the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to press that loving hand onto our heart right now. And the other one onto our belly. Take a moment to breathe here. And then gently we're going to bring our left leg to the back, but at the same time, open. Heart, love, all the way to my fingertips. And push into that front foot and coming back to something stable. A few more times. Open. Connection to yourself. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So the challenge of our teacher is to remember how many times we did it on this side. I don't know if it's 4 or 5, but now you know that next time you'll have to check. All right, I'm gonna open that space and change direction. Right hand on my belly, left hand on my heart, taking a moment. I always have my fingers spread and really connecting to the palms touching. My fingers, ray of light shining. From here, inhale. Up the side, so the first one might be tricky. I'm kind of connecting to the space where I'm gonna come. Each time, closing, coming back to mountain pose. And then opening. And maybe the sensation is different onto the right and the left side. For me it is. Something to observe. And one more time, openness. And groundedness. From here, inspire. You're going to cross your fingers and press up. And connect to another dimension of mountain pose. Tailbone is reaching down towards my heels. Pubic bone lifted up towards my navel. Shoulder blades down. Lengthening crown of my head. Lengthening all the way to my hands, pressing up. Remember, we want space. And then release. Hands to your heart. I am at 28 minutes, but I still want to do another flow. So you're going to come here into the front of your mat. And you're going to bring the right foot back. Coming into your first warrior. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to your heart, but right away moving into your warrior two. So you might have to adjust yourself. And then from here again, remember heart, openness. So I can see myself. If you don't see yourself, you can look towards the back and towards the left and make sure that your arms are aligned. And here, remember, coming down, but I still feel that I'm lifting up my pelvic floor, looking towards the front. A lot of space here. Breathe. And we're going to reverse this. So inhale, back. Exhale, coming down onto your thigh. So here we are, of course, waking up the lower body, but think about the upper body, the movement of grace and openness, back and front. Trying to connect to all directions. The past and the future. Inhale. And towards the front. And coming back to the present. I am here. And I am my body. Release. We're going to go to the other side. So let's point our fingers towards the front. Inspire. Exhale. Pivoting to the other side. I have to pivot my back foot to come into my warrior one. Inhale. A lot of length. Exhale, hands to your heart. And opening. I have to cough. I don't want to cough in the microphone. Okay. So my view here is a window. My view there was like nature. So we don't really often decide of what our view is, but I can still decide of what my body is aiming, what my body is reaching. From here, back, the sky, and the earth, and the past that supports my life, and the future, which is unknown, but I'm here to challenge it and to face it and to embrace it. And back. And front. And coming back to my present. And release. Whew. We're going to bring our feet a little bit closer. And we're going to finish almost with another breath and release of our hips. So my feet are wider, not too wide, but wide enough for me to comfortably come down. Actually, this is what we're gonna do. When we come down where we're comfortable, we're gonna make sure that our knees are above our ankle. So I'm deciding to come down just here. This is perfect. If I'm like a superwoman and I'm coming till here, then my feet has to be wider. And we can change it anyways throughout the practice. So I'm gonna come where I'm comfortable. All right. Here we are gonna inhale, exhale down. So you decide how low you want to come. Inhale, exhale. I am lifting up the energy and I am pressing it down. There's like a slight resistance with the air. Inspire. And exhale. Just a few more times. Up. And exhale. And up. And exhale. Let's stay here. I need strength. We need strength. We need groundedness. We need focus and stability and openness of our heart. So we always talk about the same thing, but the reminder here is openness of our mind, openness of our throat. We didn't touch the throat today, next time. Openness of our heart, belly, and our hips. I am my body. And push, release. I want to finish into a low squat. That's a pose that we should always do. That's a pose that I want to do till 95 years old. Hands to your heart. So my feet are fully into the earth, but of course you can have a block, a blanket under your sitting bones, something under your heels, and eventually, I'm telling you, this is the pose. I feel very tight now. It is the morning. I did bike a lot this week, so I feel the tightness. But remember, the tightness is here just for us to release it and not to forget every part of our bodies. So let's breathe a few times. That sound is a nice release, so we can do it a few times. And from here, we shall sit onto the block or the blanket. And take a moment. So my knees are not touching, but I'm kind of using my feet as a support. Now I'm going to let you decide where you want to put your hands. It could be that you need that love in your belly or in your heart, or simply open palms and using your whole body as an open magnet to receive. I'm just going to finish by saying that when you are that, you want to create that openness. Remember that openness goes with limits. You cannot fully be open. And that's why your body is a limited entity. So openness, yes. Protection and foundation, always. Wherever you're at, you can create an intention for your day. Intention of love, of connection. And remember, the sky is the limit. Let's inhale, reaching up. And let's exhale, hands to our heart. And I'm going to come closer to wish you a beautiful day. Mwah. A beautiful day to all of you. Do, 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 do.